There's a principle that Osho has written a lot about, and I also just read a little bit about it in a book called I Am a Strange Loop by, I think, Douglas Hofstadter. And it's the idea that none of us are just us. Because we don't often think like just us. In fact, it's quite impossible to do that without years and years of deep psychological work. Because we're often thinking as other people. The influences that have surrounded us are either still around us, or sometimes we're thinking as people that were influential to us for better or worse in our childhood. I can give you a lot of examples about things that had been said to me when I was younger that sort of defined myself and affected my self-image. There was literally just like one offhanded comment when I was in 4th grade of just a guy who was just annoyed with me for some reason. He just said to his friend, like, he looks ugly. And it's just weird that, like, that has stuck with me for that long. First of all, even if I was ugly at the time, I don't look the same as I did in 4th grade. Second, he obviously did not have an unbiased opinion. He was trying to make me feel bad. And third, it's just like, okay, and that's one person's opinion. But that has just stuck with me. And it's been something that I've had to work through. And I've done a pretty good job of in the past year and a half of not just that, completely redefining thoughts that I have about myself. But it's beyond that too. It dictates our behavior as well. We all want to think that we're this perfectly unique self that acts only in their own impulses. I mean, we don't all like to think that, but we all like to think that we're perfectly original, is basically what I'm trying to say. And we are just not. We have the voices of our parents, or guardians, or even people that have influenced us in a positive way that can also have some ramifications, that we start filtering our actions through, what would this person say? There are a lot of self-help gurus that I really respect, and I often run my actions through that machine of like, would it get their approval? And sometimes that's good if I feel like I really resonated with what they said, and I want to apply the same principles to my life. But it goes beyond that to the point of like, would I get their approval? I've said before that I have stopped listening to a lot of critics, even the ones that I really find entertaining and compelling, and I agree with often. Because when I try to make my own art, a lot of the time I run it through the would they like this filter. And that's just not a healthy place to come from. I don't want my taste and my creative sensibilities to just be theirs. There'd be no sense in me even existing as a creative force if I'm just going to be a copy of this other person's opinion. But at the same time, it's very, very important to absorb a lot of different perspectives, a lot of different ideas, a lot of different worldviews, a lot of different backgrounds. It makes you a more fully rounded human to have all those different perspectives. You just have to make sure that yourself at the core of it remains in this nice little protective dome where it doesn't penetrate to transforming you fundamentally. You got to take everything that everybody says with a grain of salt. Even the most revered, intelligent, enlightened, creative, what have you, positive attribute people, you don't want to just become them. Because, hey, let me tell you something. We need you on this planet. Even if it's just to mop the floor at McDonald's. Hey, we don't want people slipping on spilled soda.